Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today's the day we do the first water run test on the Presto canner. So it's really exciting. I must say we've had some screams and some giggles trying to put the top on, and I was really miffed at one stage. I thought, oh my gosh, they've sent me a canner and the lid doesn't fit. So eventually we worked out how to do it, so I shall show you that in just a moment. So I've put boiling water from the kettle in the base of the canner, and that's all we need. We don't need jars for this test run, just to make sure everything's working okay.
3/4 water.
3/4 water, boiling water in the bottom of the canner. I'm just about to rub some olive oil on the seal. I've been told and I've read in the books that this preserves the longevity of the seal. And of course they don't last as long as the actual canner does, and at some stage they will need replacing anyway. So please let me know if there's an easier way, because I just thought dipping my finger in it and rubbing it around with my finger would be the best way. But please let me know how you apply the oil to your rubber seal if you're using a Presto canner. As most of you know, this is the first time using the brand new Presto, so everything is really exciting. Everything's a learning curve. So that's the seal, rubbed with some oil. Now what we eventually discovered, after trying to plonk it on and twist and it wouldn't fit, all we kept doing was looking at the teeth and where we could fit it in. But we found the V, so there's a V or a chevron, whichever way you want to call it, is notched onto one part of the lid. And then of course on the handle is a V or a chevron. So basically, now let me put my glasses on to do this. So basically you align, please work for me now, the camera's on. Basically you align the V's. You align the V. This is what keeps happening to us. This is why I thought they'd sent me the wrong size lid. And then it's not twisting for me at the moment. So I think this is where Mr. Wallflowers has to step in and put the lid on like he did previously. And then we somehow twist it.
Hey.
Step one. So now we light the cooker. I couldn't decide whether to unscrew this and take it off or whether we'd be okay. So as I say, this is a test run. So I've decided that we should be okay, just as a test run. Place it on the gas. Central, obviously it's much bigger than the gas ring itself, so get it on as central as we can without burning my surface. Now obviously I'm in the UK, and we have researched what our elevation is, and our elevation is 11 on the gauge. So at this stage I'm actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Wallflowers, this is where we're up to. I'm waiting for some steam to escape from, what are we going to call it? The steam hole. The spout.
A steady flow.
A steady flow of steam before we place this on. We're actually checking on the gauge for it to reach the next notch after 10, which is obviously 11. Before it gets to that, if I've got the steam coming, I'm going to turn it down slightly. When it comes to about number 9, I'll turn it down slightly because it's collecting in with an airtight lid on. So By that time this will be on top. I hope I'm making sense here, so I'm waiting for the steam. I'm waiting for it to rise to number 9. If the steam comes before the 9, I place this on.
And turn it down.
And then turn it down slightly, because it'll automatically still rise to the 11. If it goes past the 11, then I can turn it down slightly again. So I don't know how long this is going to take. As I say, the water is already fully boiled water inside.
We're just aiming to keep £11 for 15 minutes.
Yeah, as I say, at this stage there's no jars in, no food in. This is just the first run.
And if we're doing anything wrong,
of learning how to use it. Yeah, that's a brilliant point. If you notice we're doing anything wrong at this point, or any easier tips or any other way that you do it, please let us know. Well, can't see that pressure rising at all.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah. So we've been taking this from the booklet that came with the Presto, and it said in here to do a test run. So that's what we're doing. Other people have mentioned that they've actually taken their pressure gauge and things to be checked out at certain places, obviously because canning is not popular that much at all in the UK. There are no facilities for us to do anything like that, so we couldn't do that. We've just got to literally crack on. If I can just take you to this side, Mr. Wallflowers. So far we've got 18 cannon jars that have kindly been gifted us through the gift list, the wish list through Amazon. And these jars, I'm not sure whether I can actually can with these jars, or if you can let me know if you've used these before and if they're okay for canning with. It's alright us saying yes, but if other people have actually used them or not, because I don't know whether they'd actually float.
That's what they're advertised.
I know, but I don't know if they'd actually float. Small portions would be great, whether it be butter, whether it be different things. Those small portions would be wonderful for us to use. But yeah, let me know if you've used them and how well it went. But I'd say I've got 18. I've already told you. Excuse me. In a few weeks' time, I'm due to do a class. So I wanted to save at least 6 of them, or 9 I believe that I need for one full layer. So I'll have to save approximately 9. So that's half of the jars I've got. We get some monetisation towards the end of the month, so obviously I'll be buying as many jars as I can afford to add this up. But if I save 9 for the lesson, I've only literally got 9 left to do a video with. First stage, we're toying now. Do we want to do chicken? Do we want to do potatoes? So which would you rather see, chicken or potatoes? And that's what we'll do first. Have a little vote and let me know which you'd rather see. But then we'll only have 9 jars, which is 1 cannon session for the base of the Presto, I believe. So yeah, I can't throw loads of videos out at the moment till I build my jar collection up, but we will be aiming at getting as many jars as we possibly can, Mr. Wallflowers and I. So
we've got that cheese sauce to do.
Yeah, I've got some liquid cheese I'd like to recan. I want to do potatoes, I want to do chicken, I want to do quite a few things. So I've been a bit cautious bringing the videos out too soon, because obviously I need to pace myself with a few jars. I say few jars, it's 18, it's absolutely fabulous. I didn't expect anything near that. But I've still got to pace myself. That's only 2 canning sessions really, isn't it? So yeah, that's why I haven't gung-ho and just done lots of canning so far. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit nervous about learning how to do it now, and I never thought I would. So back over. The pressure still isn't rising, so I'm going to have a sip of my coffee and enjoy watching it, and I'll bring you back as soon as the pressure starts rising. Okay, so I'm hoping this shows up on camera. We've got the steady flow of the steam. You can just see it coming through. I'm a bit nervous about popping this on, but on it goes. And now we should start to see the pressure rise. I'm hoping I've put that top on okay, just sits on top. I'm sure you'll let me know if I haven't got it on correctly. Please don't be shy of giving me tips and helping me along the way or telling me if I've done it wrong. I'm not going to take it as bad criticism or anything like that. Everything is going to be constructive criticism or constructive tips. I welcome you to tell me if I've done it wrong. I welcome you to tell me if there's other ways of doing it, and I welcome any advice at this stage. My heart's pounding.
It's going to blow.
What I find really strange is how little water goes in, because in my electric water canner, water bath canner, I use a whole lot more water. There's literally 3/4 of water in this, and that's it. So it's a big difference. Can't take my eyes off that gauge. It's not moving. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Dance. Did you see it move slightly then? Or was that just me moving my head? I can see that spitting under the weight. It's just slightly coming up above the 0. I'm sorry if this is like paint drying to some who are completely and utterly used to it, but to us it's absolutely nerve-wracking and so exciting. Yes, it's raising above the 0 now. Not sure how long that'll take, so we'll come back to you in a moment. Okay, at this stage we're just coming up to about 8, so I'm just going to give it a chance now just to come to the 9, and then I shall turn the temperature down. So the goal is when it gets to 9, turn it down, and it should by itself go up to 11. And I need to keep adjusting the temperature, and then we have to try and sustain it at £11 for 15 minutes. It is pounds of pressure, isn't it? So we've had so many comments how great this overhead grill is until we come to use the canner, and then it's the bane. So nearly there, £0.5 and we're ready to turn the temperature down.
Can't believe you got this far.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? We feel like mad scientists. Right, so I'm ready now. So I'm just going to turn the heat down slightly, about 1/4 of the heat, and then hope that that continues to rise. keep watching the droplets of water come out where the weight is. And whatever this black circle is, I keep seeing little tiny bits of moisture around that. I'm hoping everything's looking okay. It seems to be rising any further yet. Just keep rising.
Seems to be staying at that pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can get it up a little
I'll go up a little bit more, so I'll put the temperature back up slightly.
Keep it like that when it's on 11.
Yeah. Yeah. My biggest fear is it boiling dry, but it specifically said 3/4 of water, so we have done that. And Mr. Wallflower was just saying if we were to be canning for an hour or longer, then we'd add an extra quart of water per hour. So we've followed everything. So far, we think we're doing okay. I'm just hoping there's not something glaringly obvious that we haven't seen, but it'll be what it'll be. I think once we get over the fear and the shock and the understanding of how to use it, we'll fly through it, but the initial first stage of how dangerous it could be if we didn't do something right. It's going slowly,
Once it gets to 11.
You just leave it. Only if it goes over. Or if that either it goes over or if that steam starts wobbling more than once, 4 times in a minute. If it continues to just wobble, then we have to turn the temperature down. If it just wobbles once, it's okay. It can wobble 4 times, 4 separate times in a minute apparently. It's going great, guys. It's getting used to how long things take and nothing's instant. You have to be patient and wait. It's a good job I made myself a cup of coffee beforehand.
And a pudding.
Shall I show and tell me pudding while we're waiting? So it's a very, very basic dessert I've made today. So we managed to get a lot of brioche buns for free, and also some panole chocolat brioche buns as well. So I thought I best make a dessert. So I already had some shop bought custard, which I've been picking up on a regular basis from the food initiatives. So I basically just sliced up the panole, poured over a carton of custard and grated some chocolate on top, and that basically is a bread pudding, a fancy bread pudding with chocolate chips, but it's all shop bought ingredients. I haven't cooked, I haven't used eggs, I haven't used any of the things. It was just one carton of custard, one packet of the panole, and grated some chocolate on top and baked for 10 minutes. That's dessert for this evening. I enjoyed it.
£11 now.
So we're £11, so we need to maintain that for 15 minutes, and the time starts now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a moment. So at this stage it's retained its pressure for 15 minutes. We feel completely satisfied with that. So I'm going to turn the gas completely off. Allow the pressure to completely drop. I don't know how quickly or how slowly that might do it. It's already dropping now, so it's gone to 10. Once it's completely dropped, and only when it's completely dropped, I can remove the weight. Then I need to let it sit for a further 10 minutes, and then I can remove the top away from me. So I don't know how long it'll take. It's gone down to 9 now. This is with the gas completely switched off, and I'll allow that to fully drop before I remove the weight. Now I know once canning I will have to follow the canning guide for each particular food that I'm canning. Some may take over an hour, some are 10-15 minutes. I get that. This literally is just water, no jars, no food. It's just literally a test run for the Presto itself and for us to learn how to use it.
You won't be as nervous next time.
Yeah, we won't be nearly as nervous next time. I think it's gone pretty smoothly. Yeah, I'm quite happy to start. I've just worked out I actually need 10 jars per session of the pint jars. So I will have to pace myself. But I'll deal with that as and when I come across. So we're now down to 5. So I'll let that completely drop, and then I'll come back to you when I'm just about to take the weight off. I hope this isn't boring everyone, because I know a lot of people have canners and are completely used to them, but here in the UK it'll be a complete and utter novelty to some people who haven't canned before. So I'm hoping this is helping someone else as well as myself tonight. Okay, so as you can see, the pressure's completely dropped. It didn't take too long to do that. I think it took 2 or 3 minutes to drop completely. And you can hear the noises subsiding slightly. So just to be safe, I'm going to use a tea towel to remove the weight. And just let that, you can see the steam. Can you see the steam coming out of it? It might not show up on the camera. And then I'll allow that a good 10 minutes, maybe longer, just to completely cool down before I'll move it onto the board, because obviously I've not got enough room in there, and I'll take the top off away from myself. So I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.